Well, here we are at the food plot, the oats food plot that I planted 2 weeks ago, plus a couple days. It looks really good. Some areas are a little bit thin. It looks like some of these seeds didn't germinate. Remember, I used feed oats, so that the rate of germination, I mean, this was bare ground. You can see it now. Those oats are probably 3 to 4 inches high. We've had a fair amount of rain, nothing great, but you know, a little bit every other day at first, and you know, the ground is still moist, so that's kind of nice. You can see it's not dried out, so there's lots of moisture, but you can also see that there's seeds that haven't germinated, the ones on top. The ones that got folded underneath seem to do much better, so definitely burying them is the way to go. When they sit on top, they don't seem to germinate as well. So this is just the one end. Remember, it loops around like a horseshoe shape over to the other side there. Yeah, it starts where my truck is over there. So not bad for 2 weeks. I don't see any signs of any wildlife, but I'll keep looking. Here's a look down the length of it, and you can see where the disc went in the straight rows, and then I ran the roller over it. So like I was saying in the first video when I planted it, that those seeds fall down in the disc, the little furrows that it makes, and then the roller will compact it. So that seems to work. You can actually see the straight lines. So from the equipment that I have, that is a good technique to use. Hey guys, just walked over the apple trees. I planted 3 apple trees about 4 years ago, just after my father passed away, and they're not doing very well. I mean, this is the first year since the first year I planted them, year 1, that I have any apples. I did spray these in the spring a couple times, but I've got a fungus, you can see that on those leaves, and it just keeps coming back and coming back. And there's some type of spider in there as well, a spider mite, so I've got to pay more attention to the spraying. It's a lot of work. I mean, I'm not up on this farm all the time, so it's something that I can't maintain that much. But anyways, we got a few apples on there this year. I'd like to see some more growth on those trees though. They've been kind of stunted. We had an ice storm a few years back that really stunted them and actually killed one of the trees. But I've seen better looking trees, that's for sure. But it's a start. Well, that's not a bad looking apple. Too bad there's not more on there, but there's about 8 apples. Not bad for it's only been sprayed a couple times. I think I'm gonna eat that apple. That's a Macintosh. Nice apple. Tasty. Alright guys, I snuck back to the fall feast plot. I couldn't resist. I know I said I wasn't going to come back here, but I had to see this. So it's been a month now back here. I'm not overly impressed with the growth compared to last year. Now don't forget, we're a month later planting last year because of the drought we had. But you know, a lot more has come in since the 2 weeks I was here, and it's grown pretty fast. There was nothing in this area right here, if you remember from the other video. So all this has grown in a month, and it's about, I'd say anywhere from 8 inches at the most to about, I'd say 12 inches high. Not the best results. I think Don Mealy on Don Mealy's hunting channel mentioned that we'd need to add more nitrogen after we had some torrential downpours, and I think he's absolutely correct. This is, you know, some of the stuff over there in the middle is only about 2 or 3 inches tall, and it's starting to yellow a little bit, and he did mention that as well. Up on this hill, for some reason, it seems greener, and down the bottom it's a bit yellow. You can see the different shades in there. So I'm gonna buy some more nitrogen, and I'm gonna hit this again with nitrogen to give this a boost. It's still not too late, I don't think. It's something that has to be done to get the growth, especially for those turnips. Nothing's gonna grow very well. Should be bigger and taller by now. But so I'll hit it with some nitrogen when the leaves dry off. They're still wet. It's in the morning and the dew is still on there, you can see. So we don't want that. The nitrogen will stick to the leaves. So we want to make sure that it's good and dry. Do this in the afternoon. So when I get a chance, I'll come back and I'll hit it with the nitrogen. And here, you can see down here, I'm down in the far end now. At the bottom end, it's a bit of a slope here, but you can see the yellow in the leaves, the tips. So it needs more nitrogen. So they're only about 3 inches tall down here. I don't understand that. Why that? At the top of the hill it would be taller, and down the bottom it's so short you think it would be the opposite. But maybe someone might know why that is. I would think that they'd be taller down here because there's more rain.